was searching for an open door. I was looking for a peace of mind. It's a feeling that I tend to get. Won't rest until I make it right. Couldn't stand the thought of losing her before time had come. Like a storm outraged that night. In the dark I came undone. Oh, this house with my own two hands, so you can make it out. So you can make it out. Now I know you're all I have. So blue, like a rose in a riverbed. We were standing in the freezing rain. Honey, how could I forget? In the distance were the warning bells, but I knew that you weren't caving yet. I will hold this house up with my own two hands, so you can make it out. So you can make it out. Now I know you're all I have. So blue, like a rose in a riverbed.
Don't go. We're inside Granda. We're inside Granda. We're in there. We're inside Granda. Wow.
Before we move on, I'm just going to open this time with a little word of prayer. Father God, we thank you for these two people standing before us. We thank you for their lives. We thank you for their stories so far. And we thank you for how special this day is they're surrounded by friends, family, loved ones to mark a significant and special day in their lives. God, I pray it would be a day that is full of joy. I pray that it is a day full of laughter, of special memories, God, that you would take away any nerves from everyone or anyone in this, God, take away any nerves in life to really treasure and enjoy every single moment of this together. For we ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
You can be seated.
Thanks.
You guys can stay with me. It is an honour to get to officiate this wedding today. I have known Scott through football for many years, playing together at Tullycorna. And when he asked me to officiate this, I remember vividly one particular funny moment of the story. We were playing a game away to Dunmurry Rec, and I remember it was a cup match. And after the game, Scott knew that I was a Christian and knew that I went to church. And after the game, everyone would have went into the bar afterwards. And I remember getting ready, and one of the last to leave the change room going to the bar. And just before the walk in, Scott said, "Davey, not yet, he'll be back." And he then said, I could see him take his head back into the bar, where it was full of about 50 or 60 people. And then he said, "You're ready to come in now." And then he let me in, and he conducted a big giant version of Jesus Loves Me, This I Know. The whole bar, people didn't know who I was, and Scott was out the front, conducting this whole story, this whole song. So it's a real great honour to get to stand alongside a friend on such a special day. A long time in the coming for these two that has had to be planned and re-planned. And they're grateful for all of you for being here today as they mark this amazing moment in their story. Right now, before we move on in a moment or two to the vows, I'm going to invite Lauren to come forward and read our reading right now.
She is my sister, my little sister, a Jerry Mouse tiny terror. The one that I asked if we could put back. I'm really glad we couldn't. I'm sure you are too. She is hilarious, wonderful, easy company, an honest laugh. She takes you as you are. She is epic eyelashes, gorgeous clothes, on-point eyebrows, netball and grit. She is mum, calm and patient mum. She is one of my very favourite people. She is all the feels, passionate, fierce, clear. She cries easily, just like her dad. She is more gentle than she would like you to see, and she loves him hard. Don't you dare mess up her sofa. She is his very genuine wife. Him and them her first thought. His partner, his reason to be. He is your son, friend, brother, my brother, the one she met on a stag do, that wasn't quite right.
Oh, wow.
The one that was meant to be.
Yeah.
He is funny and loud and silly and loud. He has to forget that life can be too serious. He is football, beers with his mates, Liverpool and slight hooliganism. He has the ability to make you feel like the only person in the room. A mate that makes you feel valued, special, important, especially if you make him mashed potato. It's a gift. Do not stand on his trainers. His family, his insecurity, his love, his strength, and his heart. He is hers, her #1 fan, her favourite dad bod, the best netball husband ever. He loves her fiercely, so hard that she can't doubt it, because he knows if he didn't, she would. She, despite herself, loves him too. She has lent in for the first time. He holds her in all her feels, and she holds him in all of his. If that is not the greatest gift we give each other, the space and the containment to be ourselves, all of ourselves. They are so themselves with each other. Silly and fun, serious and trying, passionate and driven, building a life they all want to live for each other. Their family, Lottie, Elodie, Manny and Nancy, apart by distance but held so close in hearts and minds. He loves her fiercely and she loves him too. This family they've built, this beautiful, adaptable, modern family they've built, a lifetime left to treasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I fucking know.
much. We're going to move on to the vows now,
Yeah, please.
and the serious part of this. So let me just address you that we have come together in the presence of God to witness the marriage of Scott Kane and Ruben Elizabeth Manning, to ask His blessing upon them and to share in their joy. The Bible teaches us that marriage is a gift of God in creation and a means of His grace. It is a holy mystery in which man and woman become one flesh. It is God's purpose that as husband and wife give themselves to each other in love throughout their lives, they shall be united in that love as Christ is united with His church. Marriage is given that husband and wife may comfort and help each other, living faithfully together in need and in plenty, in sorrow and in joy. It is given that with delight and tenderness they may know each other in love. It is given that they might have children and be blessed in caring for them. In marriage, a husband and a wife belong to one another and begin a new life together. It is a way of life that all should honour and must not be undertaken carelessly, lightly or selfishly, but reverently and responsibly and after serious thought. And this is the way of life created and hallowed by God that Scott and Brogan are now to begin. They will each give their consent to the other. They will join hands and exchange solemn vows, and in token of this they will give and receive a ring. Therefore, on this, their wedding day, we pray with them for the whole of their earthly lives together. It is into this holy bond of marriage that the two persons here present are to be joined. And so therefore, if anyone can show any just cause why they may not lawfully join together, let them speak now, or forever here hold their peace. There's always a couple of thoughts. These vows you are about to take are made in the presence of God, who is the judge of all and knows the secrets of our hearts. Therefore, if either of you knows a reason why you may not lawfully marry, you must declare it now.
Nah.
All right, Scott, if you can repeat after me.
Here we go.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Scott Kane,
why I, Scott Kane,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Brogan Elizabeth Manning.
to Brogan Elizabeth Manning.
And Brogan, if you can also repeat after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Brogan Elizabeth Manning,
why I, Brogan Elizabeth Manning,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Scott Kane.
to Scott Kane.
Scott, do you take Brogan to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honour and protect her, and forsaking all others be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And Brogan, do you take Scott to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honour and protect him, and forsaking all others be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man? Alright, Brogan, if you want to pass your flowers, if you just want to face each other in.
You're sweaty.
I'm sweating.
Alright, Scott, if you can repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Scott Kane,
to witness that I, Scott Kane,
do take thee, Brogan Elizabeth Manning,
do take thee, Brogan Elizabeth Manning,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for
for
poorer,
richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death us do part,
till death to us do part,
according to God's holy law.
according to God's holy law.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
And then Brogan, if you could repeat after me as well. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Brogan Elizabeth Manning,
to witness that I, Brogan Elizabeth Manning,
do take thee, Scott Kane,
do take thee, Scott Kane,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death us do part,
to death us do part,
according to God's holy law,
according to God's holy law.
and this is my solemn vow.
And this is my solemn vow.
If we can have the rings, please.
Actually have them. Check them a couple times.
Okay, Scott, if you want to take Brogan's.
This hand member.
This one, yeah.
And repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
With my body I honour you.
With my body I honour you.
All that I am I give to you.
All that I am I give to you.
And all that I have I share with you.
All that I have I share with you.
And then, Brogan, if you want to take Scott's. And again, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
With my body I honour you.
With my body I honour you,
And all that I am I give to you.
and all that I am I give to you,
And all that I have I share with you.
and all that I have I share with you.
So, in the presence of God and before this congregation, Scott and Brogan have given their consent and made their marriage vows to each other. They have declared their marriage by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of a ring. I therefore now pronounce them as husband and wife in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You may now kiss your bride.
Yes!
Right now, during this next part, Scott and Brogan are going to sign the register, so if you want to make your way over there. And during this, whilst they sign, there will be some music played, but if we could ask you to remain seated for a moment while the photographer gets their photos, and then in a moment I can give you a nod, and anyone who wants to come up closer to take some photos can come in. Us done with this. There's just one more thing to do, which is for the bridal party to exit. But before they do, we want to give a special mention to our very own DJ at the back, Lewis. Can we give him a round of applause for He says he's available to hire if you want him to do the scene or go. Just after this, what's going to happen is Scott and Brogan and the bridal party are going to exit just the doors at the back as you came in. On your way out, Scott and Brogan will greet you at the door, and then if you just walk up the corridor that you walk down, you can grab a glass of Prosecco and go into the room next to this. But if you could be upstanding for you, Mr. and Mrs. Kane.
In silence, with blindness, through darkness, I'll walk with you. When time's up, when they find us, I promise I'll be with you. I signed up and I've made my mind up. I'll stick with you, won't slow down, make no doubt. I'll hold out right here with you. For guiding, I'm calling in the garden. I wait for you on eggshells in bad health, gates of hell. I'll walk right through. Don't blame me, no maybes. Betray me, and I'll come for you. Until then, I'm all in. Just calling, I'll run to you. I won't give up. I will stand up. Hey, I'll die for. Hey, I'll fight for you, for you, for you, for you. I won't give up. I will stand up. Hey, I'll die for you, my life for you, for you, yeah, for you. Put all my hope in you. What is a man supposed to do?
I wasn't expecting to say anything here, but I've just been handed this. Just like to thank everybody for coming. Everybody looks absolutely fantastic. The bridal party, Brogan, Scott even. No, I just think things happen for a reason, and we've already had the same joke there from when you meet. People meet in strange places, but I'm not going to say that. And listen, everything's worked out. And I'd like to welcome Brogan and her family, and her family into our family. And it's good to get all the grandkids and all together. That's probably the first in a long time, and hopefully not the last. And just cheers for everybody.
I prepared a few words. Okay, so hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Steve, I'm Brogan's dad. I'd like to welcome all the family and friends who have made it here today. We've had a couple of false starts thanks to a certain virus, but it's great to see you all here at this lovely venue. When Brogan set off for Anna's hen do in November 2018 in Tenerife, the last thing he expected was for her to come home and tell us he'd met someone from Belfast. As a child, when we went on holiday, Brogan would have a look around, spot someone, and then she'd set off with a look that she was determined to go and make that person a friend. Do you all remember Tom and Jerry? She had a very determined... Yeah. So we can only imagine that when in her pink lady's jacket and hair in bunches, this was the way she approached Scott. He didn't stand a chance, did he? Seeing how beautiful Brogan looks today and knowing what a lovely girl she is, I think Scott is lucky that she chose him. It didn't take long for Scott to make the move to Chippenham, luckily not too far from Bristol, so he could make regular trips back home to see Lottie and Manny whilst making a home with Brogan and Els. He soon realised that the best way to my heart was through my stomach, so often turns up at our house with cakes, brownies, chocolate. It feels like he's always been part of the family, although he still hasn't made it into the Family Cheers WhatsApp group. Maybe after today he'll qualify, but that's up to Lauren. Apparently when they first met, Scott did his best to impress Brogan by buying her a drinks voucher for the club they were in. It wasn't cheap. Brogan spent the rest of the evening drinking water. Since then, he's witnessed her appetite for Prosecco and vodka, so not such a cheap date after all. Cheap date. It's lovely to see Alison and Brian again and to meet more of Scott's family. Hopefully over the coming years, we'll spend more time together. Scott suggested marriage to Brogan a few times before he proposed and actually accepted on the same day as we celebrated our 34th wedding anniversary. I hope that their marriage lasts as long and is as happy as ours has been. I'd like to ask you all to join me in raising a glass to the happy couple, Scott and Brogan.
Here we go. Obviously, for people who was at Jamie's wedding, knows I'm not quite good at speeches. Bearing in mind my kids here today, so I do have to try my very best. Speeches aren't really my strong point, so I've been on sort of the internet trying to look for some tips. The first one I came across was picture your audience naked. And I thought, all right, but my granny's here. People have been asking me all day, I've been nervous. Now, to be honest, last night I slept like a baby. I was up every 2 hours crying. We've been waiting a long time to say this, and it's probably the happiest thing I've ever said. So on behalf of me and my beautiful wife, we would like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. We know it's a lot of money, a lot of commitment, especially people who has travelled some distance. It just goes to show people do for a free meal. First of all, I'd like to thank Brogan's bridesmaids for everything they've done. You look fantastic. The Soph, Courtney and Anna, again, you've been absolutely fantastic. You've stopped Brogan from potentially pulling my head off. And making things less stressful, unless you are Amber, who doesn't know how to work a zip, doesn't know how to split the cost of a room. You definitely are my special little sister. I'd also like to thank Brogan's parents, Mon and Steve, for not just what you've done for me. Here we go. But for me and Brogan. From day one, you brought me in open arms, and honestly, you made my move to Chippenham so much easier. And I'll always be grateful for that. Thank you very much. My mum and dad, I just want to say thank you to you both. What you've given me growing up. Me and Ross both never went without. You have taught both of us how to be parents, how to love someone. And to be honest, if you're wondering why I'm reading this off my phone, I was planning to write it out and give it to Mum, but I'm sure you'll probably lose it. But honestly, both of you, I'm very grateful for everything he's done for me. My grannies, unfortunately, one of my grannies couldn't be here today. She fell ill this morning. My queen sat beside my mum here. Me and Brogan just want to thank you for everything you do, Granny. We'll love you more in life. Also, special thanks to Lauren, Brogan's sister, for her outstanding reading. I think everyone would agree that you summed it up both perfectly. And for my dad bod, you get a special mention. Thank you. This is my last thank you before moving on to someone very important. Obviously, our wedding's been cancelled a few times now, so when I wrote this, it was a bit fitting for the end. There's someone I'd like to thank so much. It means a lot to me, a lot to other people. It brought some highs and lows in my life. The last few years have given me things that many people have tried, failed. This person can make me angry and happy in the same day. Their smile lights up a room. But I remember a year especially, it was 2019, this person made me the happiest man in the world. So if everyone could please be upstanding. And raise your glasses. Thanks to Mr. Jurgen Klopp for bringing back the first Premier League trophy. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I didn't even think I was going to work. Oh, I bet you Gary Irwin's fuming. Right, on to the most important bit, the reason why we're all here. Brogan, where do you start? I'm standing here today, the happiest, luckiest man in the world. I have my friends, my family, my beautiful kids, and now, more importantly, my wife. Looking back on the first night we met, Brogan, there's something I'll just never forget, and I vaguely remember what you might have been wearing that night, so I thought we'd reminisce. Unfortunately, our kids are here, so we may have to keep it PG.
You're an absolute
We'll keep off a honeymoon. Oh, wow. I'm not quite sure what attracted you to a fat, red-faced German, or was it Scottish you thought it was? Brogan is beautiful, caring, amazing. Undoubtedly the best thing that's ever happened to me. Brogan, I can't read your writing. It don't get any worse than that. No, all jokes aside, I don't need to stand here and tell everyone how special it is. The last 3.5 years, we've travelled together, we moved in together, we got engaged, we had our beautiful baby, who's not very happy today. You honestly made me the happiest I've ever been. It's not been plain sailing. We have a very hard relationship. But push to shove, you're my backbone. You're the glue in our house. Not once do you, well, I'm not saying once, you do complain quite a lot, but I'm just trying to bum you up here, mate, and you make it look good.
Thanks, mate.
So I just want you to know this, and with the many witnesses we have here now, I love you. I love you every day. I will back you. I'll trust you. I will be standing on the sidelines on a cold Thursday night, supporting you. I'll give up my Saturdays in the pub to follow you to a wet, cold, miserable Swindon. Just to watch you do what makes you happy, because watching you happy makes me happy. Thank you for coming into my life, especially when a few people know that I needed it more than anything. Not only my life, my kids' lives. You completed us. Not only was I introduced to you, you introduced me to another little girl who is just a smaller version of you. She's bossy, she's smiling, but today she officially becomes my daughter. We had Nancy, who is fantastic. She's a ticking time bomb at times. Had it been my first, it'd been my last. She's the reason I got the snip. Before I move on, can everyone just wish Wardy good luck for the snip next week? And it must be a trend because Marty Crawford is also booked in for it, so. Believe me when I say this, when the bruising and the swelling starts, take as many selfies as possible. Because I'll never be that size ever again. But I just want to promise you this, I'll love you forever. I'll try my best every day with you, and I promise I'll never let you down. As well. Lastly, before I pass over to my best man, as you can see, I have two steps beside me. Jamie, Jacko, this fella means the world to me. He's not only a best mate, he's a brother. From being in the park together, playing football, running away from girls, to being in the park getting pissed, chasing girls. We've been through it all. I don't need to stand here and explain this, what he's done for me. He knows it, I know it. But what do you expect when he comes from the family he comes from? Another special mention to Roy and Donna. These are fantastic. Again, another mum and dad I have, and I could probably say on behalf of my mum and dad, thank you for everything. Lastly, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to go off the cuff for this one because I feel like it's my time to shine, Ross. Lastly, my brother, my best man, my mum's greatest mistake. You'd say it anyway, wouldn't you, Dickerson? As you can see, me and Ross is chalk and cheese. He's very sensible. I'm not. The only thing is, he can go out for one night. I can do 3 days. I can't even, to be honest, I can't even stand here and grill him. Since moving away, he's been an absolute, well, something to fall back on. He's a fantastic brother. Mum and Dad agree, he's a fantastic son. He's a fantastic father. Everything that I hope to be. Why am I crying talking about you for? Fucking hell. Honestly, he's fantastic. He's the more or less the glue in our family. My mum is absolutely shit scared of him. But I just want to say, from me and Bruin, thank you for everything you do for us. We love you dearly, and again, you're a credit to yourself, to our family, and hopefully, if I'm half the man you are, I'll be happy.
Don't know how I'm supposed to grill him now.
Just get the stags from far away straight away, mate. Alright?
Alright. Thank you. That was, wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. A shade house. Sorry, hold on. That was from his first wedding. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry,
Fair play, mate.
sorry about that. And for anyone that might have offended, sorry about that. Anyway, sorry. So, hello everybody. I'm Ross, Scott's brother. I have the honour of being best man today. Well, I say honour. What actually happened was he actually rang me and said, "Here, Mum said you're my only brother. You pretty much have to be best man." And that's it. So I didn't have much. Oh shit!
Laura, take him home.
Sorry about that. Sorry. He stole half my jokes, actually, believe it or not. Oh, you did. Sorry, mate. Firstly, just on the cuff, I think everyone will agree it's been a great day so far. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to all the bridal party, groomsmen and bridesmen. They all scrubbed up great. Surprisingly. He's not even here now, he's gone. He don't even, anyway. Especially our beautiful nieces, Lottie, Elodie and Nancy. They've done a great job. They look beautiful, as always. And of course, Double Trouble here, Men in Black, who surprisingly have been best behaved all day, actually, which is a first for them, to be perfectly honest with you. Brogan, I'm sure everyone will agree, she looks stunning. Not that we didn't expect it to look stunning. Scott, red-faced as usual. I mean, it doesn't really change, to be honest with you. He looks no different than he does any other day. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Black and white.
You don't know. Yeah, we're going to get the photos done in black and white, just so Scott, you sort that out, Morty. Yeah, just black and white. Yeah, he'll not look any different to anybody else. On the other hand, listen, there comes a time in life when everyone meets their true soulmate. For Scott, it was about 29 years ago when he met me. We both shared an instant connection. We both immediately disliked each other. That was true to say. Though we did have very sort of different personalities, as he's mentioned. Scott's very loud, mad, foolish. I was sort of calm, self-controlled, good-looking. Though, to be fair, we did share something in common, which was our fashion sense, yeah. Alison here kindly sort of dressed us in matching clothes, which were horrific, by the way. Thankfully, though, I turned 18 and that stopped, which was a plus of any. Growing up, living with Scott, it's not much different than he is now, to be honest with you. An absolute nightmare. I mean, I actually, when we both lived at home, I used to have to padlock my bedroom door. He would have stole stuff, like, and I mean, some real random stuff, like, I mean, the obvious things like aftershave, Xbox, but my trunks. He would have actually stole my boxers and then denied it when he was actually caught wearing them. Football trophies. Yeah, football trophies. Right. Would have kept them in his bedroom, up on his thing, prayed his punch. Interestingly, when we were both younger, we actually played for sort of what we would class here as probably rival clubs. I played for Linfield, Scott played for Glentoran. Yeah. It's funny, actually, Alison would have had my kit out on the washing line. I would have come back from school, kit lying on the ground, all sorts of footprints over it. Scott, don't know what you're talking about. Just so happened they magically fall off the washing line and have Scott's footprints all over it, which was interesting. More recently, as kids, we were certainly close, but more recently we've probably shared more times together in the last 30 years. We shared our first trip to America together. We went to Las Vegas, which was interesting, where me and Brian, my dad, spent about 3 hours waiting on Scott being released from border control, where he got arrested. Believe it or not, they actually mislaid his fingerprints for a wanted fugitive, and he was actually held in border control for the best part of 3 hours.
Mexican apart?
Yeah. They thought he was Mexican, believe it or not. Which, to be honest, I mean, going by the red face, certainly not. Yeah, I mean, sunburn.
I didn't believe he was just here.
They thought themselves. He says, "Hold on a minute, you're just here. Look how red your face is." Which, you know, I mean, we'd literally landed. You know, on the same trip though. Not that his face is already as red as it is. On the first day. It was. I remember it was slightly overcast. Scott decided against wearing any sort of sun cream. No. Sure, it's overcast. Sure, it's black. What do you want a sun cream for? It's black. And I remember seeing him the next day. It was 38 degrees on the first day that we landed, and he came down to the pool the next day, limping. You want to see the state of him? He was bright red, and I mean redder than he is now, which is even possible. So yeah, we've shared some trips together, which was great. We also went to Anfield to watch the Champions of Europe by the chance. And believe it or not, Scott got the beers in when we got to the ground. I know, me and Brian were fucking near collapse, to be honest with you. But he was intrigued because they kept talking about these glasses that they filled up from the bottom of the glass. And Scott was thinking, how do they fill them glasses up from the bottom? And there was a button on the bottom of the glass, and he was stood, and I could see him looking at it for about 15-20 minutes. And the next thing he done was he pressed that button on the bottom of the glass, and then for the entire game decided to wear a pint of Heineken because he was absolutely drenched. On the same hand, though, on that same trip, something I'll never forget. Such one of the most random things. And he's here, he's sitting there like, you know, butter wouldn't melt. Look at him. Look at him trying to act all fucking, yeah. But we met our famous Herbie Barr, which is great to see him here today. Had a couple of pints. We also met equally as famous Mr. McCabe here, sitting in the middle of the room, like butter wouldn't melt. Had a great night out. Liverpool had won. Thought it was great. I went back, nowhere near as hardcore as the rest of the group. And I remember laying in bed and thinking to myself, who the heck is talking? I woke up by voices, and I thought to myself, who the heck is talking? And I thought to myself, strange, because it was a small, tiniest hotel room, and heard these voices come from the bathroom. So decided to make my way over to the bathroom, and believe it or not, at about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, Scott and Johnny McCabe were having a party in our bathroom, which was about 5 foot square. Johnny was sat on the toilet, as clear as day. Scott was stood in the shower, and had a case of Blue Wicked between them. And I mean, to this day, they thought this was normal. Like, there was nobody else thought this was weird apart from me, which I thought at the time was, I mean, it's one of them things that I'll take to the grave. I thought it was hilarious. To be fair, Johnny was supposed to go home on the Saturday, but I think it was about the Tuesday he went home, to be fair. Standard at bomb scare. So yeah, I mean, things like that. It's hard to do a speech as a best man, especially when it's your brother, because you don't have all those stupid holidays. I mean, Jacko sold me right up the river, by the way. He was meant to do half this speech, but he just decided at the last minute just to think to himself, no, mate, you do it. No, crack on, mate. I'll just sit here, eat my dinner, have my pint, you know. But in terms of a brother, we've spent more time, more often, as Scott said, which is great. We've done some great trips. We've been to America together. We've great to see Liverpool a couple of times together, which is great. But believe me, on any of those trips, you can bet your life there's never a dull moment. Just something that I want to do, just while you're both sat beside each other. I think it'd be a good place in front of everybody. So, firstly, I want Brogan to put her hand on the table, flat. Yep, on, great. You're all right, mate. Don't worry about it. I want you to put your hand on top of that. Firstly, just really in front of all our friends and family, which is great to see everyone here today. I want you to remember this moment as we go forward in life, because at this stage, this is the last moment you'll ever have the upper hand. So it is the last moment. Remember that. Brogan knows that's true, by the way. Looking great match. Scott, well, safe to say, certainly not standard normal brother. Like, I mean, he's definitely different than most. But to be fair, I was talking to Jacko earlier about this. You know, it's why I love him. He's so out there. He goes head first into everything. He's not scared at giving anything a go, which we're very different like that. I remember him telling me the first time he told me, once we come back from the stag, which we'll leave that at that, you know, as stag. I remember him saying to me that he was going to go to Bristol to see Brogan. And to be honest, if I'm honest, I thought he was mad. I thought to myself, that's absolutely crazy. But, I mean, what I would say is that Blue Cats turned out. Everything happened for a reason. He's met his match, and Brogan is certainly that. She certainly brings out the best in him. Regardless of what anybody says, I've seen it firsthand myself, and I'm very thankful that she's in his life. On that, I want to wish you both a lifetime of happiness. I love you both very much. Welcome to the family. I'm sorry. Because you have absolutely no... I mean, you don't know what you've let yourself in for. But welcome to the family. You're the perfect match for him. I'm so proud of both of you. And I'm glad that you finally got to have your day. So I'd like everybody to be upstanding and to raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Kane. Lastly, because, listen, speeches, as Scott said at the start, certainly not a strong point in this family, for sure. The last thing I want to do, I know it hasn't been done today, but I'm sure you all have friends and family. There's people here that we would have loved to have been here today. Gone, past and present. And lastly, I'd just like everybody to raise a glass to absent friends and family. And that's it. So you can go ahead and enjoy your dinner now. Thank you very much.